cryptocurrency investment platform that helps users leverage machine learning to become better crypto investors. Our in-depth analysis helps eliminate the emotions of investing, find profitable investment opportunities, and filters out scams. Learn more at tokenmetrics.com.
Hi, everybody. We are live. Welcome to the Market Update Show brought to you by tokenmetrics.com. I'm Bill Noble from Token Metrics, welcoming Nicholas Scott, Soli Sol, Wild Tangiers, first on the stream, Striker Burns, Dragon Ball Crypto. Welcome, friends. If you need a roadmap in crypto, and you need to make money in crypto, then subscribe to our channel. Hit the like button, bring your friends, and subscribe or sign up at tokenmetrics.com. We are here for you. And today on the market update, we have got the market update, we have got altcoin overtime, and we have altcoin double overtime. All right? Now, I'm going to try to take as many questions as I can as the presentation goes along. So I may take a break or I may cue you for questions. We're figuring out as we go along. Just rest assured, we value you and your questions, and we're going to figure out going forward how me and you can interact better. So you can ask the questions that you want. You can stay with us. You can get the information you need. Okay. Somebody wants to make sandcastles out there. I agree. So with all this said, let's crack into the market update. Pounding the table. Metaverse, crypto. If it's down, be bullish. If it's up, be bullish. That is the theme that I am running with. Anybody who's been on this stream, anybody who's been watching the recorded videos on YouTube, you know where I stand, okay? I watched last night Ready Player One, okay? A movie that was made from a book about life in the metaverse, all right? And when I saw this, you know what? I got serious. So my girlfriend calls. There's like 20 minutes left in the movie. And I'm like, honey, I got to watch this. She's like, wow, that's that wasn't quite that abrupt, but I was like, she's like, wow, that's kind of the serious side of you. That's new. I like it. Oh yeah. We got to be liking the metaverse, folks, because today we are pounding the table. Bitcoin. Okay. The good news is Bitcoin's not moving. Bitcoin pinned near 58K is good for altcoins. So there may be a Bitcoin rally, maybe at the end of this month or maybe before Thanksgiving. But I'm okay with this, right? I'm okay with what I would call lazy Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin was pinned at 10K during the whole monster DeFi rally, and I'm perfectly content to have Bitcoin just sit here and be pinned at 50K, 58K. What does that mean? Well, that means if Bitcoin's above 58K, it kind of comes back down. And if it's below 58K, it just kind of comes back up. Pretty simple, right? Alt season on. Okay, now the big question is, what's going on with ETH? In the past, around the Gann line that I'm drawing here, and I'm highlighting some areas in yellow, there's two ideas for ETH. Either ETH is pinned around 4,200, meaning it goes down to 4K, everyone gets upset, everyone goes to 4,400, everyone gets euphoric, and all it does is come back to 4,200. Now, looking at the screen this morning, I just get this sense that everybody gave up on ETH, right? And that's crazy, right? I mean, yeah, DeFi is going somewhere else. Yeah, AVAX, Solana, yeah, they have huge value propositions. But let me ask you this. What happens if ETH starts leading altcoins? Right? The metaverse has been going up all on its own, all by its lonesome. What happens if you get an accelerator from an ETH rally? Something to think about. Something to think about when I've been pounding the table on buying any dips or sideways movement you can, because as we're going to see later in things like Sandbox, man, once this stuff gets going, it goes. Okay, total crypto market cap. Yes, these charts matter. They matter. Okay, there is a lot of support on 2.6 trillion. All right, and there is a lot of room to go up. And I'm starting to think that's going to be ETH, Solana, AVAX, and the Metaverse. And if Bitcoin happens to join the party, great. But there is a lot of support for total crypto market cap and not a lot of resistance, I think, until we're talking like 3 or 3.2 trillion. That's room for huge amounts of expansion. Total 2, okay, in trading view. In other words, total crypto market cap without Bitcoin. Looking for a November 21 bottom, pretty much got that. Now I'm looking for a parabolic or at a minimum, okay, a trend to either like 1.8 trillion, or if we get really excited, say 2.7 trillion into next year. So this could be a very, very robust alt season. In other words, the only question is how big? All right, now my sense is very big. I don't want to eat those words, but I'm telling you, folks, the way this stuff is trading, like if you look at anything from Sandbox to crypto.com, coins will cover later. So stay tuned. Stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. All right. Alt season this time around could be very big. Speaking of alts, let's look at total market cap without Bitcoin and ETH. There has been a dance going on around 1 trillion for, say, the last 6 weeks. What do I think? I think the dance is over. Seriously, I think it's time for the altcoin universe led by, your AVAXs, your Solanas, even maybe your Lunas and the Metaverse, okay, are going to take total altcoin market cap through 1 trillion, right? It's the consolidation just below resistance theory that loyal listeners and viewers who have been watching this for like the last week and a half have heard over and over. And that fits our theme for today about pounding the table, right? In other words, if there's a consolidation just below resistance, okay, watch out for the big takeoff. This time, I think total crypto market cap without Bitcoin and ETH is taking out 1 trillion, not investment advice. Now, let's look at Solana. I went back and forth on this. So there was a dip, right? Then it came back. Now I'm starting to ask myself, wait a minute. If VCs with huge bags were going to sell, wouldn't they have done so already? Or did everybody dump this, worried that big players were going to sell? And then what happens if they don't sell? In other words, it's the holidays, right? Solana's stable. Do they have to sell now? No. So what happens if everybody goes, oh shit, I got to cover my Solana shorts, or oh no, I'm not involved and this is going through 280 and has the potential to trade the way ETH did back in 2017, right? One thing this market has been great at is just catching people flat-footed, right? I don't know if anybody out there watches American football, but if a defensive player is not on their toes and ready, which is what I want you to be in Solana, if you get caught with your weight on your heels, somebody can just run right by you. Don't get caught flat-footed in Solana. Stay on your toes, because you know what? If Solana takes off, it can just run right by you. And a big cap name like this, it can be a way to be invested in the market, survive a correction if there is one, and still participate in potentially, frankly, wild upside if that develops. Remember, everybody's going to talk crypto at the holidays in the Western world. Do not underestimate what people can do with Coinbase on their phones. Crypto.com, which we'll cover later, is also telling you, or is also foretelling what can happen. So don't blow off Solana. The corrective period may just be lulling people to sleep. Now, onto the trade that's, smoking. Okay, Avalanche. Avalanche had a target of 150. I put that up about, like 10 days ago. Thought it was, I was like, wow, is this hyperbole? Even though I got it on the chart? No, it's not. I got bigger targets than this, 250 maybe. I'm encouraged for Avalanche upside because Avalanche pulled up short of the $150 chart target. Everybody in a big hurry to sell. Okay, traders take profits. That's cool. You've been listening to me talk for the last couple of days. Traders make money. They sell. They go to lunch. That's fine. But that gives investors who want to either add to positions or get involved, it gives you an opportunity. Now, recently, it looks like Avalanche dipped to like 124. Turns out that's a really decent looking Gann line. And I'm guessing if 124 holds, Avalanche is headed for 150 and possibly 250, right? In other words, no playing around. The Avalanche ecosystem, okay, could lead Solana and ETH. In other words, Avalanche could just sort of like push everything that's ahead of it higher and pull a lot of the other coins below it with it, right? I talked about it being a one coin market. Okay, really what I should be saying is like in equities, right? Sometimes Amazon led the market. I remember the days when Amazon led. I also remember the days when Apple led, right? It was like a one stock market. This could be a one coin rocket ship on the upside that triggers Solana, ETH, and everything below it. Now, Binance Coin, pounding the table on this. Okay, everybody keeps coming to me and wants to know, hey, can you look at this coin? Hey, can you look at that coin? And a lot of it's on PancakeSwap. Okay, I think the Binance universe is about to get way more active. Support held perfectly at 521. This is a huge market cap coin. It pretty much just did a 1x and corrected. And what happens if this thing blows through resistance from back in May? Oh, by the way, as you've heard on this topic of pounding the table, Binance Coin hasn't taken out its resistance yet. And every other big coin has taken out its resistance from back in May. So what happens if Binance Coin just launches itself, right? You had like multiple opportunities to buy a dip. Now, if you didn't, well, that's okay. Think about where it is now. Where is it relative to March? Whether I can have a partial position, because you don't have to buy everything all at once. And again, can you participate in parabolic upside while not getting killed on the downside? Binance Coin might be something to look at. And even if you don't look at it, ask yourself this question. What happens to total crypto market cap if ETH takes off, Binance Coin takes off, Solana and Avalanche go as well? Where's this market going to be? Materially higher, right? All right, Helium. Favorite of our CEO, Ian Bellina. I know he was talking about it on YouTube the other day. Okay, major spike up to 60, and it's corrected back down to the 38% retracement of its recent up move near 42. Now, Ian Bellina thinks that this has got major upside in terms of where it can go in terms of, say, market cap relative to everything else. So it's had a good run. Helium makes a run and then sits. But I'm telling you right now, if you see this thing take out 50 and we're in a mood to just like expand market cap, Helium could go with it. So if you miss the latest run up, this could be the dip to get in, because even if it isn't Helium, one of the things I've just been going off about is everybody's on PancakeSwap looking for 100x in a week. That's not the trade. Let me say that again. That's not the trade. The trade is get involved in coins that can either 1x or 3x. Because I don't know about you, but I'm a little lost at What's wrong with doubling your money or getting a 3x in 2 to 3 months, or maybe even in 2 to 3 weeks? Okay, the way some of these metaverse stocks are trading, stay tuned for altcoin overtime. Now, Polkadot, all right, yes, we are getting lulled to sleep waiting for Polkadot, but that is the history of Polkadot, right? You get bored out of your mind during September, and then in October and November, it goes from 28 to 50. Polkadot is building a base on 38. That's an important fib retracement level. Okay, this feels like a bird on a wire getting ready to fly. In other words, with Polkadot hanging out on that 38 level, can you imagine? So think about it. I just talked about the case for ETH. Solana is decent. AVAX is good. Binance Coin is underappreciated, which means it's got a lot of room to go up. And Polkadot is doing a very, very miniature version of building a base to launch itself towards 58. So if you look at what's going on at the top of the altcoin pyramid, there is major league room for market cap expansion. And don't forget, Polkadot parachain auctions are coming up. So this whole Polkadot securities token, interoperability trade, Ren and Cosmos recently took off. So everyone is doing the metaverse trade, though at least they better be if they're listening to this channel. But there are other trades like ETH and also interoperability. And if all of these themes are happening all at once at the holiday time, that's a recipe for a repeat of 2017. Now, if you're wrong, well, use a stop. But I think you have to be involved. Get involved in this market, not with the rent money, okay? But get involved so that, if it happens, you participate. You don't have to get 1,000x. You can get a 1x. Or how about a 40% return? Ask any of your normie friends, okay, in Legacy, all right, if they've gotten a 40% return holding big cap stocks in a month. Okay, Near Protocol, big layer one. Everyone's talking about it. Chart is really coming together nicely. There was a dance around the support at 920, okay, and it's holding. So rather than above it, below it, complicated, it looks like this is another layer one that's getting ready to take off. Okay, not investment advice, but there is a lot of technical savvy people that really think this has got big upside. And if you look at what's happened lately in like Avalanche, Elrond, and these other protocols, Near could be next. Okay, actually, one of the targets or the upside levels, I don't want to use the word target, but in Near, right, I drew some Fibonacci numbers, and if 9.2 holds, you can make a case that the next level above the market isn't 12, it's 19. So why am I showing you this? Well, because I think in this market, you have to use your imagination. Use your imagination, right? From Ready Player One. Where can this stuff go if everyone piles in all at once? Anybody out there remember what we said about Sandbox? Okay, just going to ride that pony until they list it on Coinbase and then buy the dip after that because it's probably going to continue. More on that in a minute. Ren, the interoperability trade. Okay, if Ren takes out 90 cents, Polkadot takes off. So right now, Ren is at resistance. The interoperability trade is not foremost on people's minds, which is exactly why you should be thinking about it, because you want to buy stuff before everyone's talking about it or be buying dips after they start talking about it. That's the metaverse, getting there in a second. Now, Elrond, just as an example of what can happen. There was the consolidation below resistance near right above 300. This thing took off, went to 466, hit a Gann line at 526, and came back off. So for Elrond fans, if it holds 466, it can probably go higher. Most likely consolidation is in order. that could mean the trade and bid that ramp this thing up can move into other coins. Okay, Litecoin. Yes, don't laugh. Litecoin, digital cash solutions near the holiday season. So if all you've got is PayPal, you've got Bitcoin, you've got ETH, maybe you got a little Litecoin. All right, if you got a very limited number of choices out there in crypto, Litecoin is worth considering as long as it holds above 201. Not as good as the Metaverse, but I don't mind mentioning it because with Bitcoin stuck, that could give Litecoin the ability to take off. Now, speaking of taking off, Axie Infinity, all right, another coin that may be going from sleeping to waking up. All the gaming plays, everything is mooning. Axie, of course, is a mature coin, big cap now, been around for a while, but it's just recently hit a Gann line at 130. It's chopped everybody up pretty good, and there's a lot of support between 120 and 130. I am wondering if there's a catalyst or if this whole market just ignites, whether Axie is a good buy because it's been going sideways and everybody forgot about it. Let me just tell you this right now, folks. This is the subject of pounding the table. No way can you forget about Metaverse, NFTs, or gaming plays in this environment. You're just going to rotate through. You know, Axie went, and then say the Metaverse went after that. Or actually, it was Axie first, then it was Bored Apes and NFTs, right? And then it was Metaverse. This market can just rotate through all of these different themes and just keep right on chugging. Audius, we have been on this. This is decentralized iTunes. Okay, Audius has been consolidating and frankly has been super annoying, holding support at 2. And this today was a big green candle launching itself off $2. I just think with this, you're going to wake up one day and it's going to be at 3 or 5. Is today the day that the rally starts? Maybe, because the Gann line that was resistance is now acting as support. As a matter of fact, they came down and tested it a couple times. And on this most recent trip, they had no interest in taking it back down there. No interest in taking it below 2, because I think people have figured it out. Audius at 2 is good support, wink, wink. So if the whole NFT, music, gaming, Metaverse thing takes off, it's hard to believe Audius would not participate in that. Now, speaking of participation, Crypto.com. Thought there was resistance at 75. So much for that, right? So much for that. The next levels are 93 cents or $1.40. It's just simple, people. Everyone's going to sit around at the holidays and get involved. So Crypto.com may be a leading indicator like Binance Coin was, say, in previous cycles, where when you get these coins affiliated with exchanges mooning, it's a leading indicator of what's going to happen in the market. So 75 cents was resistance. And, you know, this coin's trading like that level wasn't even there. So a very important thing to note, also the way it's trading, right? It's like green, 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 small dip, right back up. Okay, so if you're trading this or anything that's going to trade like this, like the Metaverse, wink, wink, okay, you got to be quick. You got to be fast. You got to get involved underneath resistance like you had to around 47 cents in Crypto.com before it took off. So FOMOing in at the top, no. Speculating in a casino, probably not. Finding things that are going to trend, getting a small position on before it starts and adding as it rallies, that is the ticket. Okay, a couple of DeFi things that I think are interesting. Kava, a DeFi lending platform that may be trying to expand itself into a layer 1, just bounced off 480. So if you're looking for some diversification and want to do something in DeFi that may not be dead, because a lot of DeFi is trading like it's dead. I really liked how this thing bounced off this fib number at 480. Now, Matic, okay, another allegedly dead protocol. Very exciting back when it went from $0 to $3. Been doing a long consolidation period and is up big today. The idea of Ethereum, layer 2s, anything that reduces gas, anything that brings people into crypto may get traction, right? Everybody forgot about it. And what happens, based on what I've been telling you, what happens to the stuff that everybody forgets about or everyone blows off? Where does it go? Up. So Matic at 3 is very, very possible. Again, use your imagination. If ETH takes off or alts take off underneath ETH, like the Metaverse, all of these other coins can get pushed up with it. It's like an ocean wave. Okay. It's either going to be, top down, meaning ETH leads, or bottom up, meaning it's coming from anything from Matic to Sandbox. Luna. Everybody forgot about Luna. Let's not forget about everything that's everyone's forgetting about. Luna sort of topped out at between 48 and 51, kind of very unceremoniously. So maybe it's dead, but maybe it's consolidating below that 48 to 51 level. And if anybody wants to talk DeFi, and there's a narrative beyond DeFi on Avalanche, maybe Luna wakes up, right? Maybe it's an opportunity to add this to an overall portfolio for a possible move up. Again, when do you buy it? Do you buy it after it's, been 6 giant green candles? Or do you look at it when no one else is looking at it? All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to stop sharing for just a second. Take a look at some of the questions. Okay, Nicholas is asking about Cake. I don't have the chart up, but I do think Cake is really interesting in terms of the support level that it's at now. It's been getting hit. It's very interesting. I know I was kind of giving everybody a hard time about the, Binance Smart Chain Casino, but Cake could be an underrated play. Okay. Now, Crypto Technology is saying, hit that like button, y'all. I agree. Let's hit the like button. If you need a roadmap in crypto and you need to make money in crypto, okay, subscribe to our channel, okay? Subscribe to our channel, all right? Now, people are asking me about Wonderland and DAOs in general. Here's what I can tell you about that. I'm not necessarily an expert, but I do know this. I do know our CEO, Ian Bellina, thinks DAOs in general are the next big trade. Okay. Somebody's asking for Red Fox. We have that in altcoin double overtime. DAOs are an investment theme that are going to take off. It's completely under the radar. Now, Wonderland, Olympus, Time, etc. I know that our analysts, all right, the guys who are in charge of picking small coins, are playing in this arena. Okay. Now, they're some of the smartest guys that I know in crypto. I have heard our CEO, Ian Bellina, is also playing DeFi through these mechanisms. Now, what I do is I don't chart them, okay, because I don't know that it's a technical analysis game, and it's also highly experimental, right? You can get hoes doing it. You can also make a lot of money. You're getting paid a lot. So when you get paid a lot of interest, remember this. Remember this. When you're getting a lot of interest, you're getting compensated for risk. So if you're getting a 2,000% return, that's because there's some inherent risk involved. Now, you're getting compensated for that, but you need to check yourself so you don't wreck yourself. All right? chasing something that everyone else is chasing may also not be the best idea. People see these huge APYs and they feel like they're missing out. So if you've got some money to allocate to that, doesn't hurt to have diversification. Should you FOMO into it if you don't understand it? No. But DAOs are the future. DAOs are going to be the next narrative after the metaverse, possibly along with security token. Okay, Juliet is in time and she is making money. Okay, Badger DAO do like the idea of DeFi on Bitcoin. Decentraland, don't worry, it's coming. All a part of altcoin overtime. NACA, I believe, Martin, I've got that as well. So without anything further, because I know that y'all love altcoin overtime. Let me see if I can get to the screen share. And here we go. Okay, folks, altcoin overtime. Decentraland. Okay, the title of the stream talks about Decentraland at 20. Why not? Right? Why not? In other words, if Decentraland acts like Sandbox, or the entire market basically takes this path, starts with a rally, goes sideways, goes on a ramp higher, everyone misses it, right? Because they thought the trade from 50 cents to $3 was it, and it's not. So if this thing goes 3 to 6 to 12, 20 becomes possible. Now, don't write in 2 months and say, Bill, it didn't go to 20, right? Don't do that. But my point is, use your imagination, right? What happens if there's a major land rush? Anybody remember what happened to commercial and residential real estate in places like New York, Los Angeles, Austin, Texas? I mean, stuff 10x over a period of years. You think it's really going to take, that amount of time for land in the metaverse, even if it's already 10x, for it to possibly 10x again? In other words, when I talk about Decentraland at 6, or I talk about Decentraland at 12, or I start drawing levels up at 20, I'm using my imagination. So is that a realistic price prediction? I don't know. Should you take upside in Decentraland and Mana seriously? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Right? Especially if there's like only 1 or 2 metaverse plays on things like Coinbase, right? Eventually, some of this stuff can catch fire. And just because it hasn't caught fire yet, people may be blowing it off. Like, I'm not doing that. That's your dad's metaverse. It's on Coinbase. Okay, maybe, but maybe not. I don't think so, right? You want to know what I think? I think Decentraland can go to 6, and depending on what happens there, it can go much higher. Now, Sandbox, wow. Okay, where does my cowboy bullish attitude about the metaverse come from? It came from the day when I talked about a dip to 250 as a chance to get in. Somebody on the stream, thank you if you're out there, telling me there's no way you'll ever see this at 2. And at that moment, I realized, oh shit, this is going much higher. This thing went to 250, turned around and went up. Okay, it consolidated around 4. And the next level that I can draw is 8. Okay, so just because I'm drawing it doesn't mean it automatically goes there, and it doesn't go there in one day. But if this market expands, if this metaverse trade is as big as I think it is, and you know what I think, right? You know what I think. You know I think it's huge, right? That means Sandbox, if 4 is support, okay, 8 and beyond is possible. Metaverse Index, okay, I found MVI. I believe this trades on Uniswap. Even if it doesn't, check this chart out. Metaverse as a whole, right, doesn't have resistance until, say, 360. So currently it's trading at 300, okay? And, it doesn't have any resistance for another 60 points. And the ultimate upside target may be 600 for this index. So if Metaverse as a whole is going to 1x, isn't it time to get involved on dips? Doesn't this validate the thinking that, technical resistance may be just a roadmap for a big rally? So when I draw these things, yeah, I'm using my imagination. I know I'm stretching it, right? But, I'm not saying, Cardano's going to 50, but I am saying use your imagination, okay? Because this Metaverse stuff, I'm telling you right now, until proven wrong, this stuff can go higher, harder, and faster than you think. Now, our sponsor, tokenmetrics.com, the place where I work. We have a lot of employees who spend a lot of time working on making rankings to make life easier for you. So this is an example of something that I've been going off about for days. I've spent the last week and a half on this page alone. On our homepage, if you're a subscriber, you can get ratings, right? So this is Metaverse coins, and we rank them, right? Based on technical analysis, quantitative analysis, MBA finance. You don't have to worry about it because the machine learns for you. So on the left, you've got rankings for all of the Metaverse coins, say trading on KuCoin or Binance. All right. Now, obviously, everything's in the green today, but sometimes it can pay to look at these coins, make a watch list, and try to grab them when they're down. Okay, notice Red Fox Labs up 20%. So on the left, you'll see the TM grade. That's the grading system that will tell you, or that the AI will tell you, what the best momentum plays are. Now go on the right. Go to the right where it says market cap. Look at the market cap of some of these coins. 188 million for Avagochi. Vulcan Forge, yeah, it's mooned, but it's only at 584 million. Okay, Render Token got to $1 billion. Sandbox is at 5 billion. Let me just ask a question, a rhetorical question. What happens if Sandbox goes to 10 or 12 or 15 billion? Where are these other coins going to be? Engine Coin, 4 billion. Okay, Binamon, just above it, 48 million market cap. Now, this is not investment advice, and you definitely want to check yourself and check trading volume so you don't wreck yourself in small cap coins. But if you need a roadmap in crypto, and you want to know who needs a roadmap in crypto, I do. I got to bring the metaverse to you. I believe this is a mega trend, but I can't just sit here and say that for 90 minutes every day. I got to have research. I got to have a focal point, a roadmap. This is my roadmap. And as these coins, this is not the whole list, folks. This is just what's at the top. So there's plenty to choose from. And on our middle tier plans, I'm clicking the buttons, which takes me to a page where I can get even more information, our grades, charts, and actually, believe it or not, a quick link to the website so I can figure out what is it and is it worth talking about based on what's on the chart and what the grade is. So you're like, oh, gee, can I do that too? Gee, do you think I can look at a rating and look at some coins and look at a chart and say, if this is a mega trend, can I make my own decisions? Could I get involved? Oh, hell yeah, you can. And you should. Seriously. I mean, do you want to sit at home over the holidays while your next door neighbor, makes money in a trend that a guy you listen to is pounding the table on? So give our sponsor, tokenmetrics.com, a shot. Oh, wait, another another token metrics feature, indices. Now, if you looked at that other page and you're like, okay, Bill, please, I get it. Okay. Lots of coins, lots of rankings, lots of opportunity. But dude, I just can't filter through all that. I have a day job, right? I got kids. I got to play softball. Okay. Our portfolio management team or our financial engineers take the rankings, okay, and the AI will take the best rankings and combine them into a portfolio. So if you don't want to look through lists, you can look at a portfolio. And the ones I like to look at are the daily ones for the day traders, because I believe what shows up for the day traders on, say, 4 or 5 days in a row is our AI telling you a mega trend is starting. We also have weekly and monthly. Okay, now with the shill over, what's on the KuCoin daily index? Avalanche. Okay, 30% Elron. So it's hopping on Elron as a momentum trade. Every time I say there's resistance, I eat those words. So be advised. Okay, Avagochi, yield guild games in there. Noticing a theme? Avalanche, Metaverse, right? If you wanted the elevator pitch, if I had to give you the market update in an elevator, I'd be like, yeah, ETH, Avalanche, Metaverse. Happy Thanksgiving, happy holidays. Kraken, Sandbox, Avagochi, Solana, Decentraland, Engine Coin. In other words, this sounds like something that I would build off what I've been talking about. But it's not built by me. It's built by our AI and machine learning. So I go, okay, I have to do the market update today. I have to talk to all my good friends on YouTube. What am I going to tell them? Am I going to back off the metaverse, or am I just going to keep pounding the table like an absolute animal? I'm going Michael Saylor on the metaverse. Look, it's right here, right? I can do my work, and then I got a machine that talks to me. The machine that talks to you. That's what tokenmetrics.com is. Binance, again, Avalanche, Avagochi, Elron, security token theme, Polymath, a little pet project I got tucked away in my PA, right? All exchanges, so it'll look at every exchange. So this is like the best of the best, or like the most interesting out of the most interesting. That's probably a better way to say it, because best of the best sounds like investment advice, and that's not what we're doing here. We're doing analysis, and we're helping give you a roadmap. D-Race, okay? A racing game coin. Okay, Zedrun was a huge NFT racing game. Games, Metaverse, Elrond, okay? And other altcoins that you can look into and be like, oh my God, DVF has got a 28% allocation. I'm pretty sure we covered that yesterday on Crypto Showdown. Okay, just a coin that's just smoking higher. Now, let's look at D-Race. Can D-Race be the winner in the horse racing game sector? I don't know, but I don't think it's as good as Zedrun is. Zedrun doesn't have a token, but I did notice that people were very interested in buying the dip at $6.11. So if $6.11 holds and this whole market moons, 13 is the next level above the market. Saying that's the next level above the market is not a price prediction, but it's something that you have to keep in mind if you want to get involved in these coins and look at what your risk reward is. D-Race is something to look at. So if our AI is on it, you should be on it. Okay, Uniswap daily index. Okay, Decentraland 16%, Yield Guild Games, and Cube. Interesting, right? Metaverse plays all over the place, even on a DEX. Okay, Stratos price chart goes straight up, comes back down. Okay, all of these coins throughout all of these different sectors have got this theme. They go through this rangy, wavy, annoying period, and then boom. Okay? Okay. PLA, blockchain gaming. Gaming tokens are worth looking at. Now, again, this is another classic example. Breaks out above support at 211, but sellers are out there pushing it back down. But as long as they don't push it below 211, I don't see any reason why this can't turn around and take off and go to 378. So you can put a stop in at 211, right? Telling you to put a stop in, it does two things. One, it helps you think about managing risk. And two, it helps you like me more. So hit that like button, because I want you to make money, but I don't want you to get wrecked. And I definitely don't want you to get wrecked and be mad at me. What I do want is for you to make money with the roadmap in crypto. So again, as things dip, you might say, ooh, that looks awful. Maybe not. Maybe that's the chance to get in. UFO gaming brought to my attention. Very interesting consolidation. You know, it's got a lot of zeros involved, but this thing, if it is what it's hyped up to be, and the volume is what it's hyped up to be, because the volume is there, okay, UFO gaming could participate. Now, what do I mean by could participate? Well, that means I can draw stuff on a chart that shows, you know, coins like this and other coins have the potential to 1x. Now, it's more important in UFO to put a stop in, or at least have an idea of how you want to manage risk, right? Because this stuff is speculative. But the speculative stuff, you know, check the token metrics rankings. That's how this got in here. I check the token metrics rankings, the grades, before I publish a chart. Okay, Alice talking about this yesterday, talking about it taking out 22. Lo and behold, here's the big green up candle. Okay, this metaverse stuff is going to push and push and push. And yeah, one day it'll get exhausted, but that might push out Alice up to 28. The point is, when you buy these coins and you look and you see, okay, maybe I can get involved below resistance so that when and if it goes, I can sit back, I can take some profit up 20% and maybe let the rest ride. So some YouTube channels just give you a coin and they say, here's a coin. But what I want to do is I want to show you coins, but I also want to show you how to think about the coin. Because what happens when you turn off the stream? Well, we'd love you to come back and watch it again. But I'd also love it if you went to tokenmetrics.com, subscribed, and was able to use the charts and the roadmap in crypto to find ideas and navigation so you can make the money. You can get paid, right? You can do the research if you need to. Okay, Immutable X. Oh my God. Oh my God. This thing was at a $7. That was an old ceiling. It became the floor. An Immutable X rallied. A ETH layer 2 for NFTs. In my opinion, the NFT trade could switch temporarily from the NFTs themselves to the NFT coins and marketplace. We liked Immutable X. We were on this early. Immutable X takes out 8. I can draw 14 above the market. Do not underestimate what these coins can do if they break out or if they consolidate just below resistance. Yeah, I know. Pounding the table, broken record, right? This idea is working. Run with ideas that work. When I worked at Goldman, I knew guys, I've talked about this before, God, they would just ride the trends. They would just ride it until it was like, you know, even when it would, you know, crash for like 2 or 3 days, they still jumped in, right? Because it lasts longer than you think. Immutable X may just be getting started. Yield Guild Games, YGG, talking about the same chart formation, right? 8 was a ceiling. It goes way up. Everyone gives up, but it holds at 8. And now I'm wondering if this thing's just going to turn around and make a new high, right? I mean, this is like showing up in our AI portfolios, and it has a decent chart. So if you're into these coins and you're looking and sifting through this universe, our AI is giving you rankings, portfolios, and your friendly neighborhood technical analyst on YouTube, your cue to hit the like button, is giving you, information that brings that AI work together and gives it to you in a chart and tells you a story. Investing is about the story. The story is NFTs, gaming, the metaverse, ETH, and all things that can complement or be alternatives to ETH. YGG is flagged by our AI, so I probably don't need to say much more. Oh my God, render. Oh, Jesus. Can you believe this thing? This thing blows through 5.6. That was resistance, goes 9, and then comes off. So this is a good example, all right, of a parabolic that caught everybody off guard. Nobody knew what this was. And then it dips to 5.6. And if buyers show up there, then you're looking at some sort of monster move, right? In other words, that move from 1 to 8 could be the start if it holds at 5.6. Now, you missed it. Should you be upset? No, because for the last hour, I've been showing you all the opportunities to try to pick up on what could be the next render. Okay, Project Seed, shill. Not thrilled with the name of the token, not thrilled with the symbol, but it did take out $1.17. Okay, it is a metaverse gaming play. Make sure if you're a tokenmetrics.com subscriber, you check the rankings and ratings on this coin. As of today, it was okay, so I put it in the slideshow. Next level above the market is $1.70. Look on the left. Look at the hype when this thing came out. It's off the charts. The time to get into these coins is when they're trending and traders are taking profits. Possible good mover here, okay? Grinding uptrend. So it's slowly moving up. And that leaves room for a broader move higher if the token metrics grades stay good. Now, we talked about this earlier. This is a little bit of like retro technical analysis. Remember when I said that crypto.com had resistance at 75? Well, so much for that. It's much higher than that. So this was like a chart from a day ago that popped into the slide, and it's a good example. It's a good example of I used my imagination, but I didn't imagine enough. I didn't expand my horizon enough. Can you imagine the metaverse starts acting like this? Can you imagine if ETH starts acting like this? Cube showed up in some of our indices and rankings. This looks like kind of a start-stop formation, which loyal listeners and viewers will know that that is a prelude or can be a prelude to a much bigger move. So one level above the market is 34. That would be just above the recent new high. Overall, this up and sideways, I saw that in synthetics way back. I've seen it in Polkadot. Now I'm starting to see it in metaverse and gaming plays. Okay. Now, I have actually got alt double overtime. Can you believe it? Double overtime. We definitely appreciate you listening out there. Okay, Neil is saying, thank you for liking my thought process. He's saying he's going to continue to watch. I hope you continue to watch too. All right. Bill, please stop talking about coins doing a 1x. A 1x is a 0% game. Doubling your money is a 2x, not a 1x. Thank you for pointing that little math problem out. Thank you. I appreciate that. The point is, folks, double your money coins are out there in the metaverse. Triple your money coins are out there in the metaverse. Okay. Now, Keith, I'll try to take a look at Pulse Chain, take my pencil, write it down, See if I can do it on other streams. Okay, Gala, can it be the next Decentraland? Possibly. Possibly. I've been following that chart as well. Rose, I will make sure I take a look at for future streams. Okay, CERE, I will look at it. All right. Bottom line is, I am on this stuff for you because I think there were 100 or 200 or 300% returns involved. Again, definitely appreciate the math correction and people paying attention this late into the stream. Okay, for that, let's go to altcoin double overtime. Vulcan Forged. Okay, a lot of people talking about this. Mentioned it yesterday. Saw a lot of people doing what? Buying the dip just below resistance. Buying the dip below resistance. Okay, so that means you can take out 30 after taking out 28. And what's up there? What's the next level? How about 58? Right? In other words, if everybody piles into Vulcan and the whole metaverse goes parabolic, why can't it go from 30 to 58? Is that a price prediction? Not necessarily, but where is the resistance on this chart? In price discovery mode? Who's going to underestimate the crypto market after seeing the charts of Render and Crypto.com? Wild, a metaverse play. All right. Consolidated just below 6. And what did it do today? Turned around, took out 6. Next level above the market, 9. Illuvium. Okay, right on the website, it says play for Ethereum. Sounds good to me. We were on this very early, our fundamental analysts. Now, does that mean you missed it? Does that mean you can't play? No. This thing consolidated on 1,000, broke out today. Looks like the next level is 1689. And if you start using your imagination, it can go much higher than that. Okay, Avagochi showed up in a lot of our indices. Okay, from where I'm drawing this thing bounced off a support recently at the start or like last week. All right, and levels above the market are like 4 and 6. So if it's showing up in our indices, it's got a top ranking. ETH breaks out. Where's this going? Right? Where are these coins going? I know I saved some of the best for last. I know, and I appreciate anybody who stayed with us. But you got to be asking yourself, this is right at the top of our rankings, right? If this whole market turns into a momentum trade and Token Metrics has got it ranked highly and in our portfolio, honestly, folks, where's it going? Red Fox, Metaverse play, hitting resistance at 26 cents. Is this the next mega trend? Okay, possibly. Saw this at the bottom end of our ranking, and I think if it takes out 26, that's pretty big resistance. But if it's not resistance or it consolidates just below it, this is another one to put on your radar to maybe try to take a moonshot, right? If it goes from 5 cents to 30 cents, is that the end? I don't know. Was it the end in Sandbox? Right? Metaverse is going to be sort of a kind of buy it all trade, which is why getting involved in indexes may make sense, right? If it's buy it all and sort it out later, okay, I don't want to be irresponsible, but that leaves room for Token Metrics highly ranked coins if they take out technical resistance to go into what I call the imagination zone. Okay, Starlink. Somebody yesterday talking about some of these games possibly becoming movies. Very interesting how resistance is now support and possibility of it taking it out. Senso, same thing. Okay, yesterday we talked about a consolidation just below resistance. It breaks out. It makes a return move. So yes, this coin is mooned, but there's more room on the upside. Okay, Binamon taking out resistance at 32 cents. Okay, prior high now acting as support, same story. Okay, highly ranked coins. Let me say that again. Highly ranked coins. Now, it may not be highly ranked next week. We don't know what the future holds. I don't have a crystal ball. But what I do have is tokenmetrics.com and chart software to be able to say, hey, if this stuff takes off, let's go with it. Okay. RMRK, fractionalized NFTs. Has this run its course? Maybe. Clearly, profit takers selling around 37. Could it go to 50? Could this be an opportunity to accumulate low 37 for a move to 50? If you want to play NFTs, keep an eye on this coin. Switching gears, going back to derivatives, we have talked about DYDX. Notice how it held support at 12, 62% retracement of the recent run up, wondering if DYDX can't start a major three-wave up and possibly go into the upper 30s. Risk reward allows you to pay, I don't know, somewhere around 15, use a stop below 12, and see if this thing can actually, go to 35. Tribe One, ticker symbol HAKA, fintech, DeFi, and NFTs. Possible support near 36 cents, a slow grinding uptrend. What happens if you wake up one day and Tribe One gets a positive catalyst with it above support at 36 cents? So there's no guaranteed moonshot, folks, but when do you want to buy stuff? When do you want to look at it? After it's mooned or before it's mooned? So again, what's on your watch list? Sol, Phantasm, NFTs, and gaming. A consolidation just below 236. If you like this sector or you're underexposed to the NFT and gaming sector, getting involved in this below 236 may be of interest. Okay? Ticker symbol NIF, NFTs, and DeFi. There was going to come a day where people were going to start borrowing money against NFTs. Somebody told me that a long time ago, and I was like, oh my God, please. But if it's a speculative frenzy, it could happen. Consolidation below resistance at 63, as highlighted by the yellow box. Possibly a very, very interesting way to play the NFT sector with this consolidation below resistance. And that is the market update. Okay. Chill Money says NFTs linked to real world use cases, centrifuge. Crypto Judge wants us to take a look at Sol. Okay. Got a lot of enthusiastic people out there. I saw somebody like New Zealand Haka. All right. Made a ton of money on sand. Best metaverse play for me. Ricky Roberts, good for you, man. Good for you. Is XDC a metaverse coin? Good question. I will try to look it up. Always appreciate questions from Sniff. I will try to get all of these questions as I can, all right, into future streams. We're also going to be making future streams more interactive. I know you're out there. I know you got questions. I appreciate everybody who stayed. So rather than me bloviating for an hour or more, even though I know you love altcoin overtime and that makes you hit the like button and subscribe and turn on alerts, you definitely want to have alerts on because the market update show is going to evolve, folks. It's going to evolve. It's not going to be just charts. I'm going to talk about everything, personal life, news, charts, altcoins, detail on certain altcoins. And I definitely want to get more interactive. I definitely want to take more of your questions. All right. So I love you guys. I appreciate you tuning in. Stay with us. We're going to answer your questions. We're going to look at your coins. On YouTube, there's lots of different kinds of people, right? What can I say about me? What can I say about Token Metrics? Well, nobody cares more about your well-being and your roadmap and your profitability in crypto than us. And we're grateful for your business, for our customers, and for our viewers. So with that said, this is the Market Update Show. That's it for today. I'm Bill Noble from Token Metrics. We will see you next week. No, actually, we will see you tomorrow.